Hey man. Okay. We're testing something. So incognito, I can see the 0 counts. So that's
It's a start.
an improvement. But then I can't keep broadcasting in incognito. That doesn't that doesn't address the root cause. So, but we'll see. I'm not content with this solution yet. Setting up links to the stream on Twitter. Oh, see, the stream count works here.
Do you think it's an account-related issue?
No, if it's, then they're gonna say it's a browser extension. If it works fine in incognito, so that's gonna be annoying because then we're gonna have to figure out what extension it is. I understand these troubleshooting steps. I respect them, but doesn't make them any less annoying.
Hey Ed, how nice of you to join us.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I'm happy.
That sounds weird. I don't know if that takes away from the message you truly want to convey.
Well, I'm not sure if also if I should be broadcasting it.
True, but then, hey, happy, hey! Got a new TV.
Which we
ordered on Lazada. Oh my god, this is officially the biggest purchase, the biggest electronic purchase I've ever done online. The second biggest was my Kindle. But yeah, I still have to set it up.
Mine would be the CPAP.
Okay.
Because officially we never got to see it or anything.
That's true. That is true. It's a big online purchase. Hey, Adrian. Welcome to the stream. Technically, it was 10% off. So yeah, 10/10. But then more importantly, I got to use that Globe Rewards 300 peso voucher, which pretty much just paid for my delivery. So I got like $100 off, really.
Oh man. It's already mid-October.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wowzer Bowser.
And for those who are watching who might not have any plans tonight, I hope you were able to grab tickets to Dead Flies. I know they close ticket sales at 8 p.m. So I'm not sure if you can still grab tickets if you haven't.
I'm sure there must be a way. But yeah, Dead Fly is going to be awesome. Well, I don't know. It's going to be weird. I think that's the better... That's the better expectation. It's gonna be strange. Wait, I'm gonna be. I understand. It's bouncing off the lid. You can hear it.
That is the sound of dishes that have not been washed.
Yes.
On the episode where we will talk about cleaning.
Well, thanks for dropping by, Adrian. We respect that you have your own place to go.
And I'm happy that you have your own stream as well.
But yeah, for those of you who are here, please like, share, subscribe, do all that social media jazz because it helps us. You know, random videos get dislikes. I forgot what was the last one that had a dislike. It was one of the recent ones.
Hi, Jay.
Hello. 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 I'm excited for the TV, but then I don't know if the TV will be like discoverable on our network by default for casting.
There's only one way to find out.
It's just to set it up. And then I'm gonna hook it up to the Google Home Wi-Fi network, so it's there. And then we'll see. And then if not, I'm still gonna stick the Chromecast into it because I prefer seeing my own photos as wallpaper. Because if not, at best it can do a USB, which is like, oh, really? So pros and cons, but hey, new TV because the old one has a cloud on it permanently.
It has a glow cloud in the upper left
It would
section.
be better if it were a glow cloud. Then, we would just hail it. And because, glow clouds are awesome. But really, it was, the TV, it's the TV we got when we moved in together, right? It's a very old TV.
Mm-hmm.
So beyond the cloud, there's actually a whole area of when it's on, it looks like it's been scratched all up across the middle.
And I remember there was all this trouble detaching it from the table.
Yes,
when we
because
were
it
in
had been
Cubao.
sitting on the table so long, it had fused
Mhm.
to the table a bit.
And we had to okay, let's risk it. Then we hit it to try to.
Yeah, and
knock
it was one of
free.
those you hold the TV and you brace your foot against the table moments, and then you're like a cartoon character going, "Nah, nah." So sorry, I don't know what happened. I got into the Skeletor laughing image. Don't you want to laugh like Skeletor?
Two more minutes and we will officially start in case anyone else is catching up.
This will not be a long episode because we have to wrap up on time and get to Dead Flies at 10:13.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, intriguing, but kind of obsessive compulsive time to set it up, which means I'm gonna have about 30 minutes to set up the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I can do this. Technology cannot defeat me.
Mm.
Already talked about TV we're gonna get when we move in. Hey, that's awesome. We went with what looked decent on Lazada. There was a cheaper TV for less than 10,000, but it was a Samsung hotel TV.
Yeah, so interestingly, they do have these hotel TVs, as they call it, which I guess are
It has
fancy looking, cheaper models.
and it seems to come in with a built-in hospitality interface, which I think just allows you to hook it up to a server and implement DRM or whatever centralized programming. So it was strange. Okay, I will admit TVs are strangely cheap. When I first got it, I was like, Toby, you better help me downstairs. I know it's only a 32-inch, but I probably need help bringing it up. And then the guy, when I see it, it's this tiny box. Then I pick it up and it's this light.
Yeah. And I'm sure you could handle 32 inch.
Oh, that is so gross.
What? I didn't mean it that way.
That is so gross. We should start the show now because Toby's disgusting. I didn't load the intro script.
But yeah, 30 minutes starts now. This is Toby.
And this is Rocky.
And if it's your first time here, welcome to Baduy Pride, a little space on the internet where we talk about anything we want.
This is completely unscripted, not entirely accurate, but at least it's honest. Join us. We talk about everything and anything, random live.
And if it's not your first time here, thank you so much for coming back to join us in this new 57th episode of our show. And our topic today is, I guess, very different from most of our topics. Most of our topics have revolved around fandoms, around games, around Baduy gay life. But now it's all about
Cleaning.
But thankfully, since it's still done in a geeky way, it fits.
I guess. Okay. This is already the combination of two contributed topics. One was Kenny, who wanted to just talk about my geeky cleaning tools, practices, obsessions, I don't know. And I am throwing in Pico's suggestion to have an episode about folding clothes because I feel like this is shady and they don't really want to talk about that. And these are really long running inside jokes for Baduy Pride viewers who ironically have not indicated they are on the chat. Oh, nope, there's Pico. Okay, Pico is one. I don't see I don't see any of the other people who love making fun of our talking about chores. I think this goes back to one of two episodes. There's the episode about neighbors.
Yes.
Which for a time was one of our more popular episodes.
Hey, Carlos Rennes.
And then there's the episode about chores. Who does the chores?
Yes.
And I don't know why they got excited. Okay, so how do we want to what? Go by room, go by chore? Where do you want to start?
Well, a lot of this will really be your show because admittedly, I am
what is that supposed to mean?
I'm the
Why
barbarian.
is it my show?
I'm the barbarian when it comes to cleaning. I can sum up my cleaning practices in like 5 minutes, which is if you can use rubbing alcohol, use rubbing alcohol. If not, use soap and water. That's
a lie. That's a lie. Okay, number one, yes. Toby puts alcohol on everything. It's super annoying. It's like I buy cleaners for the tables and whatnot. But then after lunch, if I'm not fast enough, he will just grab a bottle of alcohol and wet the table and then wipe it down.
It's sort of like when you're in church and they just spray the water and then afterwards it's blessed. So in my case, I spray the alcohol.
Do you know the tiny bottle of Johnson & Johnson alcohol is just about the same size as like the holy water thing?
It's probably the same thing they've been using.
Probably. So, yeah, oh my God. Okay, so that's what Toby does, which is horrendous because that's probably not good for the varnish on the table that is older than me. So, yes, that is a thing he does. The other is he always has a spray bottle filled with diluted Zonrox.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't just use soap and water.
Well, that's true.
He has a spray bottle of diluted Zonrox. Now, bleach is still quite strong.
And it always destroys the bottle.
It destroys the bottle over time.
Yeah.
That the spray mechanism will break down because you are pouring bleach through the thing on a regular basis.
It slowly.
So we keep buying spray bottles.
It's me relishing being a xenomorph while cleaning the house because my acid blood is destroying the spray. So.
So yes, this is the extent of Toby cleaning. To be fair, Toby is a lot more diligent about cleaning things than I am. Like I wanted to set up the TV before the show, but then he's like, we're gonna want to wipe the table, which is fair. We're gonna have to wipe the table where the TV is, so we can't do it right away.
On the rare occasions, I do try to clean up. So for glass, I use newspaper. It seems to grab dirt well. But if I'm in a rush, I just use dirty clothes.
We have glass cleaner. We do have glass cleaner, okay. But then Toby has all this. Okay, I'm sure.
Oh my God! Everyone is like reacting. Oh my God!
I'm sure we have our respective like family wisdom. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
His family wisdom is different from my family wisdom. Mine, I guess, is very chemically driven.
See, Carlo agrees. Alcohol on cell phones.
I think that's okay in moderation, but then on tables, on wooden table, varnished tables.
If it works in a hospital, it works in a house.
Those tables are like coated, There's a different thing. And so, yes, there's that. Now, and then, like, there are things like the electric fans. Toby likes to handle cleaning the electric fans.
It's a whole ritual I go through when Rocky's out of the house.
Okay, and to be fair, it's because Toby's always very concerned about my asthma and my allergies, so that he knows that when he cleans the especially dirty stuff that throws up dirt, then he's always like, no, you can't do this. To be fair, I've grown up with chores all my life. I have had to deal with this and the allergic reactions that happen because I didn't have a choice, Chores build character, my family always says.
Let's go quickly and share some comments so people can see the other comments. Let's go back up. We missed a few.
No, it's just, hello, smiley, alcohol on cell phone, ha 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 ha, oh my God, why sad face, LOL. Why not use the glass cleaner? Okay. Alcohol is fine from time to time, especially for disinfection. That's fairly true. But he uses it for general cleanup. So I don't know if that's still fine.
Pico says, it was a nice feeling whenever I clean electric fan blades. It also gets triumphantly colder.
Yes. So just the other weekend, we cleaned the air conditioning filter. Finally. Not that we don't like cleaning the filter, it's because there's so much crap in front of the aircon.
Just so you realize, when the aircon's on, I would be wrapped up in a blanket. Rocky will turn on the fan in addition to the aircon.
Because it's not cold enough. It's a tiny aircon in a corner, hidden behind a shelf full of board games.
And now, after we clean the filter,
I have turned the aircon away.
And turned off the fan.
And lowered the thermostat. It's like, okay, so the aircon was pretty dirty. Clean your filters regularly, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Um, so we're gonna get into the territory of making fun of me again.
So it's the cleaners. So dishes. So dishes, we have 2 sponges.
Yes, doesn't everyone?
The glass.
We have a
sponge.
sponge for like general cleaning, and you have a sponge for glasses, which is less abrasive, right? So, personally, I have come to appreciate the cleaning powers of Action Liquid most. But then, since Toby handles the grocery, we tend to get Joy because it's the easiest one to remember. Plus, SM Supermarket, for some reason, does not stock moderate sizes of Action Liquid. Surf dishwashing is actually pretty good, surprisingly. We use that in the office a lot. Hi, Mai. Welcome. Yes, I use 3M Scotch-Brite sponges. I don't know. That's I'll be brand. I've tried a few other sponges. They disintegrate very quickly, so I'm not a big fan.
Maybe it's because of the cleaners.
Wow, that was a joke. We need a sign, joke. Okay, then for difficult, oily, especially microwavable containers, then Toby will.
I'll get hot water from the bathroom
because the bathroom faucet has hot water.
And sadly,
the kitchen does not. I bring out the baking soda. So if I don't have, especially when it's the roasting pan, then dust a little baking soda either directly on the surface or on the sponge. Supercharges your dishwashing, but it will make your hands feel very slimy after. The same approach helps you with clearing. If you have slightly burned stains on non-stick pans, you do a solution of equal parts salt and baking soda, a shallow amount of water, just enough to cover the entire surface, bring it to boil, throw out, and then when it's cool enough, you can start rubbing it out, and then it will be easier to remove the stains. Baking soda is a godsend. Super, super. It's like Unilever plus TM project. It's a thing. So yeah, I don't know. I gravitate in this direction. What else?
Kitchen area. Well, you already done kitchen area.
Okay, I get at the very least Mr. Muscle cleaning solution. I'm sure there are others, but we ended up with Mr. Muscle for some reason. Plus it's orange. So that's my multi-purpose cleaner for the floor stuff.
Pico asks how about your slow cooker? We don't have a slow cooker.
We don't have a slow cooker.
We have a slow cooker. We haven't used it in a while.
The electric one? Yeah, the 110 one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that. It depends on the surface, but yeah, most non-stick, you'll be able to just clean it with soap and water. If it's anything more resilient, I throw in baking soda.
Hey, you're
yeah, so there is that. I've been meaning to clean the oven. That's why I asked Toby to buy more baking soda. If you do baking soda with a little water to make a paste, and then you leave that paste on all the oven surfaces overnight, and then come morning you spray it with vinegar, which is fun. So I have a spray bottle filled with vinegar, not to be confused with the spray bottle filled with Zonrox. And then that does the trick, but I haven't done it for this oven yet. I'm very excited. But Toby was only able to find the small box of Arm & Hammer baking soda.
Yeah.
I think
they ran out when I went.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Lots of people baking.
I know Arm & Hammer is just more expensive, and I should just be happy with other baking soda. But I'm not really happy with other baking soda. It's a thing.
Coffee machine cleaning tips, according to mine.
Oh, okay. So
I guess you have to break it down first. You have the parts, you have the filter, and you have the...
Yeah, I mean, generally you have to clean all parts. You can apply the same methodology of adding baking soda directly to your sponge to help clean off the stuff. It will help weaken the harder coffee stains on the glass.
So it's like a soft, abrasive surface.
And then the coffee machine itself, depending on the cup capacity, like if you have a 10 to 12 cup, you can add like a cup of baking soda in water, and then dissolve that first well, so stir well, then run it through the machine. So just make your coffee maker run without a filter or anything, and then it will help clean it up. But you will need to run at least 2 to 3 more pots of just water to clear out all the baking soda residue. It's not bad if you ingest any of it. Your coffee will taste
weird,
oddly sweeter, like an aftertaste sweeter, because that's the baking soda. Yes, so there is that. Pico is already saying this episode is more useful. Yeah, it's a thing.
Floors. I use rubbing alcohol.
No!
No. Well, I use the bleach spray
On the kitchen.
when it's sticky stuff that has splattered on the floor.
Okay, he uses it on wood. That's what he's saying. He uses it on wood. The horror. Okay, I have that's a two-part thing. Technically, you should sweep or vacuum before you wipe the floor down, and then you should use it. I use a damp. I was raised to use just a damp rag, and then after that, you can mop it with like I still use Mop and Shine. That's pretty convenient. I don't do it a lot, admittedly, in this house, but then when I do get crazy about it, like when the washing machine was pulled out because it wet the whole whole area, like yes, a reason to wipe. So yeah, I mop and I use Mop and Shine.
But I get weirded out when you sometimes vacuum stuff, which I feel will become breeding grounds for pests.
I empty the vacuum. Okay.
Yeah, but still, it's not like
it's fun to vacuum everything.
It's like you vacuum chicharon bits.
Yes.
And you vacuum.
Okay, guys.
Crumbled.
Because number one, we are lucky to have an Electrolux stick vacuum from Singapore.
Okay, I'll hold so you can.
So then it's like, I mean, it replaces sweeping, and then it has a dust buster detachable. So this is actually the motor. It's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. Very light.
And then you can easily empty it out, and the bag itself you can,
Yeah. So that's what I do instead of sweeping, and I have to do it daily. So
or else the ants will find it.
and then, but yeah, I'm the type now who I cut my nails and let them fly all over the floor because I will chase after them with the vacuum.
I, on the other hand, will cut my nails in a way that I catch them on the table or on the chair, and then I gather them up to clean, and then I alcohol the
If you have the chance to get a stick vacuum, get one with a light.
Because that way, when you're vacuuming down in the corners and stuff, you can see what you're going for.
Yes, the light will bounce off against the dirt.
Pico asks,
knowing you're in a condo where you dump in the trash.
Yeah, same as the trash bin for the normal trash and garbage.
Our trash is segregated.
Yeah.
So it's in the dry trash. There is the dry, there is the wet, there's the bathroom.
I call it normal and not the dry because it's not.
And there's the
dry.
recyclable. Yeah, I know.
It bothers me when you call it dry, and
because that's the label
there.
Downstairs at the garbage bin. So I am trying to speak a consistent language with the maintenance people. Not that they care, because if you ever catch the maintenance people emptying the garbage bins in the basement,
then you put alcohol on
and you're bringing your bags, and they're like, "Sir, just put it down." And then I'm like, "No, I want to put it in the bins." And then I will creep around them and put them in the respective
bins. And then
bins.
sometimes there's that horror that you'll see. You put them in the bins, and as you're leaving, they'll just put everything in one place, and you're like, ah.
And then I segregated the bottles and jars are separate. You don't need to look for them, but I know they're looking for them for junk sales, and please stop doing that. Anyway, okay. Cool.
So going beyond that, we have laundry because we did floors and tables already.
Oh my God, we're gonna talk about laundry. Okay, laundry. Laundry is serious. All right, guys.
So laundry is Rocky's territory because I am terrified.
Toby can fold clothes.
Wait, let me explain. I'm terrified of having a repeat of what happened when I was living in the States. Back in the States for a month, I was there for a workshop for film. We had to do our own laundry to those laundromat machines. I flooded the laundromat with soap.
That is way too much detergent.
Yes.
How could you?
Because I did not know what I was doing.
This is like the conversation I had with the washing machine people when I called to report a problem. Like, did you put too much detergent? And I really felt aghast. How could you say? How could you even ask that? Did I use too much detergent? I used enough.
You should have just pointed at me.
Yeah. So Carlo asked, does dust settling in this place actually fair it's pain to clean?
Yes.
And we don't clean that regularly. I know.
There used to be a more diligent attempt back in Cubao, but even then was already rare. Here we've been very bad,
and it's harder also because it's harder to get to the shelves because there's all these bins in front of you now. So it's a challenge.
So far in our 3 years here,
We've had cleaning at the beginning, and then maybe like 2 years later.
Yeah.
Or the next best thing is that I will have to cycle my display soon because it's full and I want to show the new line.
I know.
Then I will wipe them down as I put them into a bin.
I know there was a time you were in Singapore and I took photos and tried to clean up.
Yeah, Toby keeps trying to time the cleaning when I'm not home. He's very brave to try to clean the shelves where my Transformers are. Because it's like if this were forensic files, then I'll be like, but there was a toy out of place.
And it wasn't just a toy. All of the toys are out of place, even if they're in the same shelves.
Yeah, I've had that. We've had guests, and then sometimes they tinker with stuff. And then, like, I'll walk by the shelf, and I'll stop. And then I'm like, that's not supposed to be there, Or like, that's not her position earlier. So I'm not obsessive. I'm just very concerned about what they're doing.
No, Jay, it doesn't only happen in the movies.
I thought that only happens in movies. What did you think? Oh, probably the detergent disaster. Okay, yes. So washing machine. So yes, I'm a washing machine kid. And I'm so happy we invested in our own after the machine that came with the unit.
And it comes with a dryer.
We got a combo washer dryer. This is not ideal. Like if you had the money for it, you get a separate washer and dryer. Or even better, you have a place to hang clothes. Yes. But that's not the case. Yes. So a combo washer dryer is fine. Just remember that the drying capacity is always smaller than the washing capacity. You will see 2 weight ratings on your machine. Like ours is, I think we can handle up to 7.5 or 9.5 kilos of laundry. I think only the 7.5. But then its drying capacity is only 5 kilos. So you gotta weigh that out. You don't fill your washing machine beyond half. Ish, depending on fill line, but that's like things you gotta factor in. And then I sort primarily based on color, as I was raised to do. So at its most basic, you will probably have whites and darks, right? The white colored clothes and towels, and then your dark colored stuff.
Never trust your red outfits.
Your reds can stay with your darks, or if you have enough red clothes, make a red load.
Yes.
We also do lights, which is sufficient enough. And then it's assumed that all of these are generally cotton material because we're 2 guys living together. So it's very rare we have non-cotton or synthetic material shirts. The few that we do have to be washed on separate settings. For example, ideally, my exercise stuff should be washed on a sports. There's a sports setting sometimes for synthetic fabrics, depending on.
And then delicates.
I don't bother with a delicate load. No, it goes with the color of the underwear.
Yes.
So they are in whites, they're in lights, they're in darks. I could dedicate a separate delicates load, but I don't have the diligence for it. I think it's fine because then all of our stuff is just cotton. But I have grown up in a household with women. I understand the challenges of things like bras and stuff and whatever. Then you would really need a delicate load in my experience. And more often than not, these are either hand wash or hand dry, depending. I use 2 types of soap.
Go ahead.
My mom taught me this method and then has moved on in life and now uses just Tide liquid for everything. So like, so I don't do liquid detergent. I still do powder detergent. So I still use Tide Original for my whites, and then I still use Pride Original for all colored stuff in varying degrees. The lights get more soap than the darks because of color concerns. The darks I tend to wash at 30 degrees heat. The lights at 40 degrees, the whites at full on 60, except for certain, unless fabric thing overrides. Learn to read the fabric labels on clothes. That's very important, especially if you're going to use a dryer.
And so you know if things will shrink or not.
Do you use mesh container? Mine's like, do you use mesh container thingy? Only for super delicate stuff that get thrown in with regular stuff. So,
or stuff does.
Yeah, so, okay, that's different. We haven't really tried stuff. That's a whole different world of washing. We're not going to get into that. But yeah, for delicate stuff, like we have some neoprene face masks that I can actually throw in the washing machine, but I get nervous. I put them in a laundry bag. I would do the same for some women's delicates when I used to handle the laundry back at home.
We did that for some of the scarves.
Oh, that's different because even though it's an empty chamber, but yes, because scarves, woolly materials, I have to that has to drip dry. Sorry, so that's a whole different setting. Must be washed cold. Um, Learn to read the labels on your clothes for proper fabric care. They indicate the temperature, the amount of spin they can handle, the amount of dry. So I've played around with a lot of settings and things. Socks to keep pairs. Oh, that's brilliant. I still bundle tie my socks when I throw them into the hamper and then untie them when we wash them. But we still lose socks occasionally. Not since we got our own machine ish, but I think any losses are more, they're probably behind the couch and we tend to find them because I dump clothes on the couch
and that's where we do the folding.
Yeah, so clothes parked on the couch for folding because especially a combo dryer will not dry at 100%, which is normal. And then Toby can fold. Toby, how do you organize your closet?
Whatever fits.
To be fair, we have a dedicated drawer for couple shirts. We each have a drawer for couple shirts. I let Toby organize his, I organize mine. My clothes, my shirts, the folded shirts are pambahay, exercise shirts, walking shirts that I could appear in the office in, office shirts, couple shirts. So that's my tiering.
So I tried before a certain order, but then I keep getting clothes and they don't fit anymore. So I have to get rid of clothes to make sure everything can fit. So until that happens, I'm just putting them all there.
And then there's clothes that have graduated to hanging. This used to be only button downs and collared shirts. This is sorted.
Some of the couple shirts are now hanging as well.
I upgraded them because the couple's drawers are full, and then they're the nicer shirts. They are arranged in a reverse. Was this
reverse matches?
There are two rainbows meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
So the white shirts are in the middle, black shirts are at the edges, and then it kind of goes to the color scale in between. I feel weird talking about this on the internet. Does it mean you guys don't touch what isn't yours?
We're still showing the old
sorry.
We're not.
Yeah.
It's not that we don't touch. It's more on I did the mistake once of trying to put them in the cabinets, and Rocky's like, "Wait, why is this here? This is wrong." And Rocky did the horror of seeing how I do my stuff, and it's like, "I don't know where to put yours." So we kind of realized we can fold, and then we'll leave it out for the other person to put it in the way he prefers.
Yeah, so I fold and I leave his clothes in the corner of the bed. I'm like, hey, Toby.
Now you're in trouble. Carlo wants a picture of that double rainbow.
It doesn't look like a rainbow because we don't have all colors.
The basic idea is they're
it's
echoes.
Lightest in the middle.
They're echoes of each other.
And
So it's like the white shirts, blue, gray, that sort of thing. He made sure that whatever the sequence is, it's echoed by the other side.
Yeah, but the lack of light colored shirts means that it's like white, grayish, and then like blue, green, and then black. There's not much red, yellow going on in that thing. Maybe one day, because it's only collared shirts and collared shirts, button downs, and nicer couple shirts.
Yes,
like the Trixie and Katya ones and all that stuff.
Okay, bed. Because we skipped bed. Bed.
We need to change the sheets.
So bed, we do change the sheets on some occasions. We let the bed air out. We wish we could have it, be in the sun, but we don't really have that option.
Yeah.
So we
live in a
have.
condo.
So we do have times we have the baking soda disinfection method. What?
Yeah, people can make fun of me again. Okay.
No, it's true.
Okay, because there is a baking soda solution for you. If you take any essential oil like lavender or stuff, take like a cup of baking soda, drop a few drops of essential oil that you prefer that your bed to smell like, and then it's gonna sound strange. Take a strainer, like a wire strainer, and then you sift baking soda all over the bed as evenly as possible. let the baking soda sit for like an hour at most, and then you vacuum it. You vacuum the baking soda off. If you're worried about your vacuum that cleans your floor, what's this? Dirtying up your bed because the edge is dirty. No, because if you have been taking good care of your vacuum and its attachments, you can use the upholstery attachment, which should only touch upholstery, to vacuum up the baking soda.
Mhm.
This will quickly fill up, partially clog your filter, so you
Mhm.
will need to empty the vacuum mid cleaning.
Mhm.
But then the bed smells fresher after.
Yeah.
It's great.
For bed bugs, because Ed mentioned, I read somewhere that keeps bed bugs away.
I've read that too, because essentially you're absorbing the moisture and making it less hospitable. We also have these sticky pads that are
those
under the
little
bed,
traps.
but I don't know if they work. It's
Well,
that
We don't see anything trapped.
So
it
that's
feels
good,
like,
right?
It feels like they're not working, but it also tells you that I guess we don't have bed bugs, so we're good.
Carlo eating on the bed, Yerne.
No,
You are old enough to know that you should not eat on the bed.
I would like to be that relaxed, but I realize it's not comfy. I'd rather eat on the couch.
No, because if you've seen Toby chase after bugs, it's insane. So we minimize that risk.
Yeah, me after bugs is like planes in combat.
No, it's like a kung fu movie, because he's gonna be like,
I'm grabbing them with my bare hands, or if I don't want to kill it, I find all these tools to capture it and then let it out, and then I'll insecticide the window to make sure it doesn't come back.
oh my god! The other morning, a wasp got into the unit while I was jogging,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was really like, how are we going to do this?
And then I was admittedly a bit worried because I'm allergic to wasps, and in the few times I've been stung, I've been rushed to the hospital because I could not breathe. So in this case, it decided to fly out.
Yes,
We were so surprised.
we were spared the challenge of needing to kill it. We were already like
We were insecticide can
slowly
ready,
following with insecticide.
and we were like already mentally trying to map out how we'll trap it without spraying each other. And then it decided to, nope, not here.
It
And
left.
it left.
So good job for that. Okay.
There was an additional question. I think you highlighted it. That one there. Is there a Rocky cabinet and a Toby cabinet?
There are drawers.
Mhm.
So our closets were largely empty. We bought a bunch of those stackable plastic bins.
Yes.
And then the stack on the right is mine. The stack on the left is Toby's.
Mhm.
Which is funny, because on the other side there are fixed drawers where the underwear and socks are. The underwear, I'm on the left. Toby's on the right. Oh no! Now I just realized, why is that the case? It's been that way for 2 years.
Because we are in the center, and then we
We keep
echo.
doing mirroring. But then the clothes above, Toby's on the left and I'm on the right, because I was following the closet. Oh no, now I'm going to think about it.
What else do we have? Because we're running out of time. Surfaces. I guess ultimately surfaces is tables and
I
floors.
have
We've
the
done that.
Mr. Muscle multi-purpose thing.
Mhm.
Oh, you want? We can talk briefly about the bathroom.
Okay.
I like Clorox tablets in the toilet water chamber. It really helps soften the overall risk of hard water stains. I still use Mr. Muscle toilet cleaner and no, not Mr. Muscle. We use Domex. Domex for toilet cleaner. And Domex cleaning solution for like the shower area.
Mhm.
Admittedly, I haven't really done a full-on bathroom clean in a long time.
Yeah.
I do spot cleans, so I clean the toilet when I'm very irritated because I can see a yellow line, or I will clean the shower in that manner. Oh, but we do have the Mr. Muscle mold and mildew spray, which is great because it's the closest thing to scrubbing bubbles. If you ever know that US brand scrubbing bubbles, which means it's highly chemical. You spray it on the walls, it fizzes.
You'll let it drip down so it
eats off the stuff. Do not stay in the bathroom. Keep it well ventilated. You will pass out if you close the door.
and stay inside.
Yeah. So be careful with that stuff. But I love it. I love it. It's great for cleaning the shower walls.
Mhm.
And then I just do Mr. Muscle. I used to make a solution for Mr. Muscle and water for cleaning the bathroom. Now I'm just lazy, and I do direct droplets of Domex liquid, and then I scrub it with a foot pad, and I feel better after.
Mhm.
And then for the sink, it's similar. I use a sponge. with that applied directly, and I scrub it to the dickens. I also keep old toothbrushes for cleaning around harder stains around difficult edges.
Yeah. I do a little bit of that when I clean the fans, because the fans will be scary dirty when you clean them in the bathroom. So I disassemble the fans. I make sure I unplug them before I disassemble them. And then once I disassemble them,
Proper electrical safety.
I bring the pieces one at a time. I'll bring a piece in the bathroom area, Domex water, clean it thoroughly, and then once it's clean enough, I bring it back out. I'd lay out newspapers or old rags on the floor so that it can drip dry there while I clean the rest. By the time I'm done with the fans and washing them and all that, I can then wipe to fully dry out anything else that's out there. And once I'm sure they're dry enough, I rebuild the fans. Test, turn it on, and see if it will, explode or something. And then once I'm happy it's not, I'll fix it back into place. But then after that, I have to clean the bathroom, which is gathering all the muck. And
ideally, you scoop up the clumps of dust and throw them in the bin, because if not, you're just going to clog up your drain.
Yes.
I already talked about my baking soda salt thing on the drain, right? Though I think I talked about it in the chores episode. There is a baking soda solution for almost everything. Any questions from the audience?
So if ever anything happens to us and the forensics people suddenly ask, this is a strange thing because they have traces of baking soda on the, you can all tell them, no, they just clean using baking soda.
Oh, I am so happy. I have discovered that our washing machine has a tub clean setting. Because the last washing machine that used to be the one with the unit, all you could do was put some baking soda, run it on a cotton cycle for 30 minutes, then manually turn it to drain and turn it off. This LG has a tub clean setting, so I put baking soda as a ad hoc descaling whatever solution. There's a proper cleaning solution. I don't know where to get it. I haven't really put research effort into it, but there's a proper thing you should put. For the washing machine, I just use baking soda.
But you do use soda and vinegar for the kitchen stuff.
For stuff, yeah, for like cleaning the gas range, cleaning the range, cleaning the oven.
That bubble action helps. I guess jar the.
It's
the
chemical, and also because the vinegar is really a great disinfectant. Tub clean, and proper maintenance of your washing machine. Wipe the inside surfaces, clear out the lint trap. And then there's there's a special drain at the bottom where the lint gathers also. It's fantastic. I clean it once a month. I'm too excited about this. But so every first week of the month, I'm like, time to clean the washing machine.
Okay, now we'll have to add this. We're running out. We're past time. We'll have to add this. So for those who have adult toys, you have to be careful how you clean those.
Yes!
Because you can't just toss those in the washing machine or something like that.
Oh my God, don't do that.
They will melt, they will distort, etc. At the same time, even if you try washing them, washing is not enough. Silicone and other materials, they sort of breathe, they sort of have...
They're porous.
They're porous. So you'll have to make sure that they have some time in the sun so they disinfect properly. That also makes sure that eliminates odors and smells. You can't use too powerful a soap, because that will destroy it as well. But please clean your toys. Don't wait for them to start to smell before you clean them.
And that is why I have unusual photos of sex toys in the window. Because they look so nice in the light,
I admit,
they're like pyramids.
I admit, I wonder sometimes if the nearby call centers used to notice those on display.
I don't think they can see that far.
But yes, if you have toys, be diligent enough to wash them. When you're done washing them and you're done airing them out, be sure that you store them.
We have Ziplocs.
Store them in a nice place where you can air them out every now and then. Don't leave them trapped in there until the next time you need to use them.
Which might be a while.
You have to assume they need to breathe. You have to check if they're okay. And lastly, you have to always check if any of your other stuff have started leaking. Because the last thing you want is to have a leak in your little cabinet down there. and months later opening it to see it has infected everything else.
Yes, especially silicone-based lube. Ooh,
Yes.
that stuff is difficult to clean.
Or condoms. I mean, the last thing you want are your condoms getting messed up and,
Carlo had a quick car cleaning. Realistically, we are not allowed to clean the car in the basement. Therefore, Toby's car cleaning is go to SM.
Yeah, so
and ask the washer car
go
guys.
to SM or have the house wash it when I go home. Which is rare, but it does happen. And then lastly, there's that really magical rag you got me.
Okay. We're over time, but
yeah, that's the last one.
Because if I had my way, if I could wash the car, I could wash the car. Okay, again, chores build character. So I am big on car shampoos. I don't mind the combination wax ones; they're not so bad.
He's rubbing alcohol. No, I'm kidding.
You need to have good. I would rinse it off first. And then make sure you get off the harder parts of the dirt. Mm-hmm. Then you'll use a soapy washcloth, a nice, softer material.
The foam going.
Yeah. What are you talking about? You always don't clean your car. And then, and you have to start from the top and you move your way down. And then you have a separate one for the tires that you clean the mags on your own separately. Once a month, I would tire black the tires. That's fun too. Even though I feel like I'm only using tire black on the forward half of the tire that I can reach because you can't go all the way in. But it's enough that the surface looks good. Toby is talking about the magical cloth. It is only recently that Toby has discovered, I don't know how to pronounce them, chamois, whatever, but the super absorbent cloth. But that's how you dry, right? That's how you dry the car at the end. And I don't know how Toby has been driving cars and not knowing what a chamois is.
We used to just wipe it and then let it, dry out in the air in the sun.
And then I know I made him get one, and then it kind of sat in his driver's side pocket for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally it's like, because it rained, I should wipe down the car. And you have a chamois, use the chamois. Like, what do you mean? And then I show him, and then he's amazed at how absorbent it is. And oh my God, we've had this for years. So, yes, keep a chamois in your car, but keep it slightly damp when you put it in. If not, it becomes a fiber log.
Call out to those watching. Say yes if you know what a chamois is, and we will look back and see how many of you do say yes.
See, you have to understand. I didn't grow up with house help. Okay, you don't need house help when you have children. So children do your chores. And that's how you just grow up. So yes. I on the back end, if the tires are really muddy, I also use an assortment of old toothbrushes and stuff to get through the mags. And that's also when you discover you're missing. Oh my God, people are asking.
See,
and
see, I'm not the only one who doesn't know it. Carlo does. Oh, Jay does. Okay.
Oh. I don't know how to spell it.
See, that's also what I know. That chamois is an animal.
No, you didn't know that. See, because okay, I got it.
There,
chamois. But that's how I remember it.
So the way it works, for those who don't know, it feels like it's this dried piece of paper when it's super
because
dry.
it comes in a super clean, it usually comes in tubes.
Now once you get it moistened enough that it's soft and pliable, when you wipe it on the car surface, it's like using a squeegee. It's suddenly super dry, beautiful car. And before you do the next swipe, it's best you squeeze out the water, so it's another clean swipe. It's amazing. I was very happy to start using it.
The rug that's super absorbent. Yes. It's how about power washing? Get a professional. And then get a professional to do that underwash and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's not what they can do. Always on home TV shopping. I don't know. I never even reached it in home TV shopping. We just always had it. So it's understood when you have a car, you have this.
Yes, I've used this before.
Thank you. And see? And then it's fine. You have to wet them when they're solid.
So yeah, for me it was something new because we were pretty much the type who used.
And he drives. I just clean cars.
Well, I used the garden hose to wash the car before, and then afterwards we just wipe it dry, and then whatever remaining water spots, we let the sun take.
No soap, no car shampoo.
No, we use soap and shampoo, which is why there'd be foam and stuff. We like making it all foamy, because then we attach it to the hose and just.
Toby and I have very different upbringing. Obviously, you can feel a class divide somewhere.
Yeah. LaSalle.
Okay, and that's our show.
So that's 30 minutes. We had a lot of fun, and we hope you'll join us again next time.
If you have questions or suggestions for future episodes, but stop asking about cleaning. I think we've talked about the subject enough. Otherwise, fill out the form at bit.ly Baduy Pride Ideas. Remember, we can do guests now. If you want a guest, if you can think of a topic that needs a panel.
Or if you want to offer a topic because you want to guest and help talk about it.
Yes,
please.
let us know.
Let us know.
Okay? Follow us on Twitter, Toby No Shade, RG Sunico.
And also check out our blog. That's baduypride.com. You'll see all the previous episodes and stuff about us.
And yeah, recent mushy posts. So that's me. Yes. Feel free to continue the conversation in the comments below. How do you clean stuff around the house? Do you have preferred brands that have been passed down time immemorial through your family? Do you use powdered detergent or liquid?
Or do you call upon those new services that exist now where the cleaner can show up? I forgot the names, but there were a bunch of
There are
friends
a
who
lot. Yeah, it's like helpful, but I always feel weird about other people cleaning my stuff.
And all of them are now in the pandemic.
Oh yeah, obviously. Then yeah. Be sure to subscribe for notifications, whether on Facebook or YouTube, so you don't miss our next live stream, which will hopefully not be about cleaning again. Once again, I'm Rocky.
And I'm Toby.
And this is Baduy Pride.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
See
you at Dead Flies.
Stay safe and clean.
That could sound weird too. All right.